Well, from Kwale County, let's now head to Kisumu. In a move to show the over 300,000 metric tons of fish production in Kenya, fish farmers will now benefit from a program to increase profitability of their farms through a data-driven integrated ecosystem approach. Now, the program, designed by Lattice Aquaculture Limited and Sustainable Trade Initiative, was launched in Kisumu and is worth more than 100 million shillings. Bramwell Bwire visited some fishermen under the program and now reports.
Willis Ocheng sails back to Ogal Beach of Lake Victoria after checking on his cages deep in the lake. He is among the 50 fishermen who are set to benefit from a 2-year pilot program designed to augment fish production. The fish capture method that fishermen used before the introduction of cages could only produce 300,000 metric tons of fish. This was way below the per capita consumption that now lies at 900,000 metric tons.
Our gap is at least 300,000 metric tons every year, which is why you see a lot of fish importation. We get fish from Uganda, sometimes Tanzania, and of course everyone knows about the Chinese fish. And so we are saying, how can we make our production more sustainable? Of course, we can't rely on fish from other countries. We need to produce fish internally. But then the question has always been, how can we produce it in a way that our farmers can compete with those who import fish?
To the fishermen at Ogal Beach on the shores of Lake Victoria, the advent of aquaculture is a blessing. But there is still a long way to go to bridge the 600,000 metric ton deficit.
Yeah, the aquaculture practice is good, but it has also have some challenges. One of the major challenges is the cost of having that item, that cage. The cost is too expensive because the price of metals that is being used to get that cage is too much expensive. Another thing is the nets are expensive.
Unaweza weka fingerlings ndani, saa zingine unaweza kosa ameenda yote. Saa zingine unaweza weka fingerlings ndani, kuna mandege anakuja na kula. Sasa changamoto ni mingi.
The approach, which is the first of its kind in the country, brings together all stakeholders in a whole fish production chain. These stakeholders include one feed manufacturer and supplier, 2 fingerling suppliers, an aquaculture training institution, 2 microfinance institutions, and a buyer.
Most often you realize there's no proper linkages between the various value chain players. Farmers may not have feed, not because there's no quality feed, but because there's no linkage between them and quality feed suppliers. And sometimes the market, it's the same story. So we said, let's bring all the value chain players around a table and then see what the synergies that we could explore. How could we make them work together to make the sector better for all of us?
Bramwell Bwire, KTN News.
And coming up, we take you live to Eldoret, where 150